The Beautiful Wife. Chapter 1. A Fateful Encounter. In a quaint little town nestled amidst rolling hills and lush meadows, there lived a woman named Isabella. She was known far and wide for her exquisite beauty, which seemed to glow with an inner radiance that left everyone who beheld her in awe. Isabella had long, flowing chestnut hair that cascaded down her back like a silken waterfall, eyes the color of the clearest sapphire, and a smile that could light up even the darkest of days. Isabella was not just beautiful, she was also kind, generous, and had a heart full of compassion for those less fortunate than herself. She spent her days tending to the sick and the elderly, helping the poor, and bringing joy to the lives of everyone she met. Her beauty, both inside and out, made her the most sought-after woman in the town. But Isabella was not interested in the numerous suitors who came knocking on her door, hoping to win her heart. She had a dream that went far beyond the confines of her small town. She dreamt of traveling the world, of seeing exotic places and meeting people from different cultures. She yearned for adventure, for a life filled with excitement and discovery. One sunny morning, as Isabella was walking through the town square, a stranger arrived in town. He was a tall, handsome man with a rugged charm that was quite different from the polished gentleman who had courted Isabella before. His name was Alexander, and he had traveled from a distant land in search of his own dreams. Their paths crossed in the bustling square, and as their eyes met, there was an instant connection. Isabella felt her heart skip a beat, and Alexander couldn't take his gaze off her. They struck up a conversation, and before long, they were engrossed in deep and meaningful discussion. As the days turned into weeks, Isabella and Alexander spent more and more time together. They discovered that they shared the same dreams and aspirations. Alexander wanted to explore uncharted territories, and Isabella's adventurous spirit resonated with his own. Their bond grew stronger with each passing day, and it wasn't long before they realized that they had fallen deeply in love. Chapter 2. Love Blossoms. Isabella and Alexander's love was like a blooming flower, delicate and beautiful. They walked hand in hand through the meadows, watched the sun set over the hills, and whispered sweet nothings to each other under the moonlit sky. Their love story became the talk of the town, and the people couldn't help but be enchanted by the couple's devotion to each other. As their love blossomed, Isabella and Alexander decided to embark on a grand adventure together. They made plans to leave their small town and travel the world, exploring the far reaches of the earth and experiencing the wonders it had to offer. Isabella's heart swelled with excitement, for her dream was finally coming true. But there was a cloud of uncertainty hanging over their happiness. Isabella's parents, who loved their daughter dearly, were worried about her leaving. They feared that she would face hardships and dangers on her journey and urged her to reconsider. Isabella understood their concerns, but couldn't ignore the call of adventure that beckoned her. One evening, Isabella and Alexander visited her parents to discuss their plans. They spoke from the heart, explaining their dreams and their love for each other. Isabella's parents, though reluctant to let their daughter go, could see the passion in her eyes and the sincerity in Alexander's words. With heavy hearts, they gave their blessings, hoping that their daughter would find happiness and fulfillment on her journey. Chapter 3. The journey begins. With the blessings of her parents and the support of the townsfolk, Isabella and Alexander set off on their grand adventure. They packed their bags, said tearful goodbyes, and walked hand in hand out of the town, their hearts brimming with excitement and anticipation. Their journey took them to distant lands, where they encountered cultures and landscapes they had only dreamed of. They wandered through bustling markets in exotic cities, hiked through dense jungles, and camped under the starlit skies of remote deserts. Every day brought new challenges and new discoveries, and their love grew stronger with each passing moment. As they traveled, Isabella and Alexander also devoted themselves to helping those in need. They volunteered at orphanages, provided medical assistance to the sick, and donated their time and resources to various charitable causes. Their compassion and generosity touched the lives of many, and they became known not just for their beauty, but also for their kindness. Chapter 4. Trials and Tribulations. But as with any great adventure, Isabella and Alexander faced their fair share of challenges. They encountered treacherous storms at sea, survived encounters with dangerous wildlife in the wilderness, and navigated through the labyrinthine streets of unfamiliar cities. Their love and resilience were tested time and again, but they emerged from each trial stronger and more determined than ever. One particularly harrowing experience occurred when they found themselves trapped in a remote mountain village during a harsh winter storm. The villagers, who had little contact with the outside world, welcomed them with open arms. Isabella and Alexander worked tirelessly to help the villagers prepare for the harsh winter, chopping firewood, repairing roofs, and sharing their food. During their time in the village, Isabella met a young girl named Elena, who had a debilitating illness. Isabella's compassionate heart couldn't bear to see the child suffer, so she cared for Elena day and night, providing her with comfort and solace. It was in this moment that Isabella realized the true meaning of her journey: to bring love and hope to those who needed it most. Chapter 5. The Mysterious Amulet. As Isabella and Alexander continued their journey, they stumbled upon an ancient temple hidden deep within a dense forest. The temple was overgrown with vines and shrouded in mystery. Curiosity piqued, they decided to explore its depths. Inside, they discovered a chamber filled with relics and artifacts from a bygone era. Among the treasures, they found a beautiful amulet adorned with intricate patterns and a shimmering blue gem at its center. As Isabella picked up the amulet, a strange sensation washed over her. It was as if the amulet held a secret, a connection to something greater than themselves. Unbeknownst to them, the amulet was said to possess magical properties, a relic from a time when powerful sorcerers roamed the land. Legends spoke of its ability to grant the deepest desires of those who held it. Isabella and Alexander, unaware of the amulet's true nature, decided to keep it as a memento of their adventure. Chapter 6. A Wish Unveiled. Months passed, and Isabella and Alexander's journey took them to the far reaches of the world. They climbed towering peaks, explored ancient ruins, and sailed across vast oceans. Their love remained unshaken, and they reveled in the beauty and wonder of the world around them. One evening, as they sat by a campfire under a star-studded sky, Isabella held the amulet in her hand, gazing at it with a mixture of curiosity and wonder. In a moment of whimsy, she whispered a wish into the night, not really expecting anything to happen. To her astonishment, the amulet began to glow with an ethereal light, and a gentle breeze enveloped them. Suddenly, a voice from the heavens spoke, granting her wish. Isabella and Alexander were taken aback, realizing the incredible power they now held. They decided to use the amulet's power for good, vowing to help those in need and make the world a better place. With the amulet's magic at their disposal, they performed acts of kindness on a grand scale. They provided food to the hungry, healed the sick, and brought prosperity to impoverished villages. Chapter 7. The Temptation of Power. As Isabella and Alexander continued to use the amulet's power to do good, word of their incredible deeds spread far and wide. They became famous, admired by many for their generosity and compassion. But with fame came temptation, and not everyone had pure intentions. A cunning sorcerer named Malachi learned of the amulet's existence and coveted its power. He saw it as a means to fulfill his dark ambitions, to amass wealth and power beyond imagination. Malachi was willing to stop at nothing to obtain the amulet, even if it meant harming Isabella and Alexander. One fateful night, as Isabella and Alexander slept in their camp, Malachi and his band of followers descended upon them. They used dark magic to immobilize the couple and stole the amulet from Isabella's neck. When they awoke, they found themselves powerless, their beloved amulet in the hands of a malevolent sorcerer. Chapter 8. A Desperate Quest. Isabella and Alexander were devastated by the loss of the amulet. Their once charmed life had taken a dark turn, and they knew they had to do whatever it took to retrieve it and prevent Malachi from using its power for evil. They embarked on a perilous quest to find Malachi and the stolen amulet. Their journey took them through treacherous forests, across vast deserts, and into hidden caverns, where they faced dangerous traps and cunning adversaries. Along the way, they encountered allies who were willing to help them in their quest. During their travels, they learned about the amulet's true origins and its connection to the ancient sorcerers. They also discovered that the amulet had a guardian, a mystical being known as the Keeper of Wishes, who had been tasked with ensuring that the amulet's power was used for good. Chapter 9. Battle of Light and Darkness. Isabella and Alexander's quest led them to a climactic showdown with Malachi in a remote, desolate wasteland. The sorcerer had harnessed the amulet's power and become a formidable adversary. He was determined to use the amulet to reshape the world according to his twisted desires. As the battle raged on, Isabella and Alexander fought with all their strength and determination. They called upon the lessons they had learned during their journey, the importance of kindness, compassion, and love. With the help of their allies and the guidance of the Keeper of Wishes, they were able to weaken Malachi's hold on the amulet. In a final epic confrontation, Isabella and Alexander managed to wrest the amulet from Malachi's grasp. The sorcerer, overcome by his own darkness, was consumed by the very power he had sought to control. Chapter 10. A New Beginning. With the amulet once again in their possession, Isabella and Alexander made a solemn promise to use its power wisely and selflessly. They knew that true power came not from magic or wealth, but from the goodness of one's heart. Their journey had come full circle, and they returned to their small town, where they were welcomed as heroes. They used the amulet's magic to bring prosperity and happiness to their community, ensuring that no one in their town would ever go hungry or suffer. Isabella and Alexander's love for each other had only grown stronger through their trials and tribulations. They decided to settle down in their hometown, content in the knowledge that they had found true love and had made a difference in the world. In the end, Isabella's beauty, which had once captivated the hearts of all who saw her, was surpassed by the beauty of her soul and the love she shared with Alexander. They lived happily ever after, a testament to the enduring power of love, kindness, and the pursuit of dreams. And so, the story of the beautiful wife became a timeless legend, a reminder that true beauty lies not in appearances, but in the goodness of one's heart and the love shared with others.